3 super basics of footwork you should be following. That being said, there's always going to be high level examples of people who break these rules before I go on. So first is extend your stance before you shorten it. What do I mean? Well, if we're stepping forward with our left foot steps forward first. Boom. If we're stepping backwards with our right foot goes back first. We're always extending our stance before we shorten it. What's the reason for this? We're always in a good base where at a moment's notice I can throw my punches, or I could take a punch, or I could take a leg kick. If I'm shortening my stance or crossing my feet as I move, obviously when I'm in that position I can't really throw a strike and I can't really take one. Exception to this is if I come here, I can throw this teep really quick. I can throw this check up really quick. I can really extend on the jab. So there are some different exceptions to this. If I cross my feet, I might want to cross my feet to look relaxed and then spring back in. There are exceptions. Number 2 is have one foot either side of the line, generally. So say, this is a good example. We've got some blue here, we've got some white here, we've got someone's fucking toe tape that they need to put in the bin. But so many times when I'm teaching beginners, their feet will both be on the line of stitching. What happens here? You can't really twist into your shots without falling off balance, and obviously when the leg kick is there, it's a big danger. Now obviously someone's going to mention Stephen Wonderboy Thompson. Someone of this style, yes, you can use that and you're really good to spin. But generally, you're starting out, foot should be on either side, one on the blue, one on the white, so as I'm stepping, I can transfer weight into my crosses, my hooks, my uppercuts, so without falling off balance either side. Another common problem, because we want everyone to double jab, I'll often see people double jab, they step the foot this way, they've got no right hand because they can't twist across themselves, no one's that flexible, and they've opened themselves up to the leg kick, they've moved their right hand away from the target. Throw that double jab, step slightly to the side to line it up. And the last one is don't have a Frankenstein foot. What's a Frankenstein foot? So many times people have a completely straight back leg and the toes are facing in the completely opposite direction and they drag it along. They drag it. Like someone coming out with a Clevo at 10:30 on a Sunday morning on Linthorpe Road. You don't want to walk like this when you want to throw hard strikes. Obviously, if I'm going to throw a right hand, my toes are pointing the wrong way. I want to get my hallux pointed towards the target I'm going to hit. So it's going to stop my right hand, I'm going to have a dead hit. My right kick's going to be slow because I'm going to have to take an extra step first before I throw it, rather than being able to throw it up. My left hook's going to be weak because I'm not going to have much rotation. I'm going to rely on the twist of my arm and throwing my arm out rather than the rotation of my body. If you look at Alex Pereira, he can throw his left hook really hard because his back heel's always slightly up. You can just dig it down at a moment's notice and his full body's in the shot without winding it up. That being said, there are examples of people whose foot was really turned out and they did really well. Michael Johnson, he's got a lot of knockouts and a lot of wins against really high level people. He'll often have his foot really turned out, but his lead hand can work quite well. Chris Weidman would often have his foot quite turned out. Probably, not advisable, but he could throw that lead push kick up quite quick. He could take a little step into his right kick, and then that step into his right kick could develop into a feint of other things. 3 basics for your footwork: extend before you shorten, keep one foot either side of the line, and don't have a Frankenstein foot. If you want more tips, follow, subscribe, look at the Patreon, do other things.
Guarantee anyone coming out the Clevo at 10:30 on a Sunday is harder than you fucking Doyle.
Oh yeah.